Hey, it's Jeff, 650 Cycle, and I'm here today to talk about this xs400. I'm going to build a cafe out of this, or I'm going to attempt to build a cafe, my first build, and I wanted to take a minute to go over this and kind of show you what my thoughts were, what I wanted to end up with, and then I also wanted to take a minute and show you kind of some of the stuff that I've gotten done so far. Not gotten a lot done, but I have been working on it. So let me show you all that stuff. So every bike has a theme, or maybe it's a theme, maybe it's a color scheme that you're looking for, something like that. Really what I have on this is just a color scheme. I've seen different themed bikes. I think they're pretty cool, but I didn't really have one for this. I am building this with a general aesthetic to try to be pleasing so that I can turn around and sell it, because I want to fund another project with it. So I don't want to put too much of me personally into it. I want to make it so that it is appealing to more than just me. So let me show you what my final outcome was going to be. What I want the bike to look like when I'm done. So we have this bike and the color schemes that I'm going with. I'm going to black out the wheels. Both wheels will get blacked out. The frame's going to be completely blacked out. And I'm going to black out the fins and the case of the motor, and then I'm going to polish these side covers. Any aluminum side cover I'm going to polish, because I want just a little bit of flash, a little bit of bling coming off the side of this. Not quite sure what I'm going to do as far as color on the forks. Haven't really thought about that too much. More than likely we'll go black. The tank I want to do red. It was blue when I got it, and as I was sanding this off, I come through some red paint that I believe was the factory color, so I want to take it back to red, like a deep red. Not really maroon, but a deep red. And then I want to put two silver stripes down here, different widths. I'll do a wider one and then a skinnier one. Yamaha did a pretty good job setting the fill neck off to the side, and it leaves a little bit of room for that, so I think that'll be cool. The seat, I want to go with a brown or a nutmeg, I guess. Not like dark brown, but a brown as opposed to black. I want a little more color than just everything being black. So I think that's really going to make it come together, and that's really what I'm hoping for. I'm going to exhaust wrap the header tubes. I have a 2-into-1 exhaust on here right now. This is the muffler. It was in pretty rough shape when I got it, but I got this cleaned up, but the headers are not in that great a shape. So I was already intending to wrap them, because it is very much a cafe thing to wrap the exhaust. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and do that on this. So that's my overall vision for this. An overall look, blackout, black with some flash on the sides, a nice red with a silver racing stripe, and a tan or dark brown or a light brown seat. That's the color scheme I'm going with. What I've done with this so far, not really a lot. I've spent some time on it this morning, but I've cut some of the tabs off. I would probably cut some more of the tabs off. Once I get the seat, I'm going to cut this, because I don't want to. I thought about cutting this, but then I was like, what if I need to cut it up here to put the hoop on? So I need to get the seat and get it in position before I cut these off, because I'm going to put a hoop on it as well, rear hoop. Very cafe thing to do. And most cafe builders will build an underseat electronics tray, and they'll buy the battery, the anti-gravity battery, that is way more than what I want to spend on this project. So I'm going with a standard size battery, and I'm putting an electronics tray in as well. This is a mock-up. I really want to do something here to kind of take this line through there so it's not just blocked off like that. And also to give it some type of, since I don't have an inner fender, something here to block some of that crud coming off that rear wheel. The other thing that I liked about putting something in there is it's going to keep any debris coming off the rear wheel up into the carbs. I don't know if that's a big issue, but I'd kind of like to keep that where that's at. What else have I done to it? Not much, really. Over here, I have 3 different motors. I have the one that's in it, I have the one that I pulled out of the parts bike, and then I have the one that I'm actually going to use over here in the corner. I've done some testing on this, compression testing. I'm pretty sure this is a good motor. They're probably all good motors, but this one's in the best shape by far externally. So I'm going to pull this one out eventually in the next couple weeks probably and start doing some cleaning and polishing and painting and trying to get that prepped for the reinstall on the bike. The other thing I did today was I took my xs400 shocks and I put them on here. In doing so, what I discovered was that the front forks are about 2 inches longer than stock xs400 forks. So I gained 2 inches there, and it really made that back end look saggy, like it was drooping. So when I put those shocks on there, they're a much stiffer shock for sure, spring rate, and they're about a ½ inch taller. So it didn't give me a lot of lift that way, but it took the sag out of that rear end. And it gave it a line now. It's a much smoother line all the way across. I like the way that looks. So very happy with that. Where am I going next with it? I'm probably going to continue working on these, trying to get this built. Something that I don't know if I can fab or not. I'll give it a shot. That's what this build is about, is learning new things and building some new skills. So I want to get that done, and when I get my seat on and I can get this rear hoop installed. So that's kind of where I'm going now, and in the meantime I will be doing some work on the motor as well. Well, there you have it. You now know my final vision, my final color schemes, what my intent is, what my final product, what I want it to be. And then I also showed you some of the steps of where I'm at right now. I'm hoping in the future, when I'm working on something like the battery box or something, to have a camera rolling, to get some footage so I can put together a playlist here for this build. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and check out my other videos on my channel. I've got a variety of ride videos and other building stuff that I've done. The whole KZ is on there from last year, so check those out, and I'll see you next time. Ride safe.